wanted to see what it looked like in game. So I want to share with you Unity, the game engine. This is also another series I'm doing over at youtube.com/cannedmushrooms. So if you check it out, you know, you can. It allows you to actually bring the pieces in game and see if there's anything wrong with them. You know, like if there's any kind of texturing flaws. So you can see like a little bit right there. And I could look at the bottom here. It kind of needs more blending. But this is a great way to see exactly what they look like in game. Alright, so I'll show you real quick how I did this. Even though it does need a little bit of touching up, but still. Okay, so you take your axe. Okay, you download Unity. Unity's free. And you start a new project. And to do that, you just go into Unity and you say, well, I need a project somewhere on my hard drive. So I just go new project and you put it somewhere on your hard drive. So I'll just do this real quick. It doesn't take that long. I'll put a new folder called UniAxe2 and Axe. Okay, and I choose standard assets package. Don't save. Alright, so while that's doing that, what you can do is take your axe and do a export selection. And I need to export this as an FBX. So here's my FBX exporter, FBX. Here's axe. Here's Unity Axe2, axe, assets, standard assets, and then I can use and put another folder in here. Keep everything really, really organized, because if you don't, it'll bite you later. So here's axe, and I'm going to name this axe. And by the time I get it done, I hope it's an axe. And another thing you have to do is embed media. So put a check mark in embed media. Export that out. And then we're just going to have to throw a few things within the Unity scene. I gotta wait till this exports. Another thing is, this is the higher res version. Actually, outside this bubble, I got a lower res version that I can check out later on. But for right now, I'm just going to use the high res version. It's such a seamless thing between Unity and Maya that, you know, you hardly tell that you're in two different programs. It really is a nice feature. Now, what Maya is your modeling, texture, rendering, lighting, everything else. But in order to control something with a keyboard, you need a game engine. Another thing about a game engine, however, is the lighting. And that's why I'm working so hard at trying to get this pre-lit or pre-shadowed, because in order for a game engine to really recognize the shadows, it costs a lot of power. So it's just easier to bake the shadows within it. So here's my axe. And if I hit F, I can go right to the part. Okay. So what I'm going to do here is create another game object here, plane. I'm going to put the plane down. And I'm also going to create a first-person controller. And you can see the first-person controller is oh so freaking huge. But it gives me a reference point in the world to how big the axe needs to be. So the axe needs to be a little bit larger, and it also needs to be rotated, I think on X, 90 degrees, so I can look at it. Okay, and make my land a little bit bigger. And this works just like Maya, the navigation's the same and everything. So I'm going to create other game object, create other, and then use a directional light. Okay, so I want a directional light here, and I can Command D, just like in Maya, and then I can spin that around on Y, 180 degrees, and now I got a directional light from both sides. I should be able to hit play, and now I can go right into Unity and look at my axe. So now I can run around it and everything else. If you're very interested in the series, I suggest checking it out. It's a really cool little series about how to get game objects to work and just little scripts here and there. I mean, I'm no foremost expert on game engines and everything else or scripting, but I can be enough to be dangerous. Another thing you can do here is look at here's bump diffuse. So now you can choose that bump map that we had. Now the bump map didn't carry over. I don't know why. So we have to go back to Photoshop and turn on all my bump stuff and go File, Save As, and go to Desktop, choose Axe. Now this is one thing I do not like is the Unity shuffle. So you have to really kind of go in here and pan through a lot of drive space. Well, there's the bump map right there. Oh, there it is. Huh, it just appeared magically. Wow, that's a magic bump map. So here, I didn't save it, I just went in there. So now that attaches to right here, and that's how it works. If you want the true resolution, what you do is go to the Axe FBM, and you can choose what res, and this is what I was talking about really early on in the video series with texturing. I'd rather have the option to go high. See, now I can go all the way to 4096 or 1024. So now it kind of comes full circle to why I did a 4096 map. Okay, so I just have a few things to touch up, like right there, and that happened in the bump map somewhere. But other than that, here's my axe in game. Enjoy, and let's get on with Maya. Go back into Maya 2011, look at a few more things.